The Battle of Verdansk is now live within Warzone and will be all weekend. Now, is it anything major grand scale like the Travis Scott Fortnite concert or anything like that? No, but it's a fun little interactive gameplay breakup, plus can earn you a few cool exclusive rewards. Today I want to run down everything you should know going into this and also how exactly to get each of these event items. So as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. Have you guys taken part in the Battle of Verdansk? Have you guys enjoyed it so far? Do you like what we learned out of Vanguard so far? Whatever the case may be, let me know your thoughts down below. But as well, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Vanguard information and anything upcoming. That said, let's jump right into it. Now, right up front, this is a beautiful change of pace, it seems. As opposed to other events that we've had in recent times, like the destruction of Verdansk and the Know Your History events, these don't seem like they'll be coming in and out intermittently. Instead, these seem to be live the entire weekend. So I'd imagine until at least Sunday, maybe Monday morning, as we normally see those weekend playlists turned off at Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, but you can keep playing this if you want to or if you missed out on the rewards. That said, as for the playlist and what you can end up doing and earning with this, as you queue into the game, you'll notice in the pre-game lobby a bit more of a burnt skyline here. It looks like kind of fires and bombing runs have been going through, but the basic gist of the game is, firstly, it's 32 players max, and they're all friendlies. So it's PvE, player versus environment, not player versus player. And thank goodness, because the health that this train that we try to destroy has, I can't imagine doing that while other people are trying to kill me. That would have been so infuriating. Also, I'd imagine that these sort of blue dots and blue outlines that you see on players on your team are likely what we'll see later in season when Clash comes out, that sort of 50v50 style mode. But anyways, it's also mini royale style, meaning that you're cut off from the majority of the map and you're limited to that southwest sector of Verdansk, which of course makes sense. That's where that rail line goes through. You also don't have custom classes. You have pre-built classes of either the AK-47, FARA 83, or the C-58 with an RPG as the secondary. Those are actually provided on infill and on respawn, which, by the way, yes, you can respawn. It's not a one and done, you die and you're done thing. You can die as often as you want, and honestly, you'll probably want to do so that you can end up getting more ammo back after you finish off your rockets and the ammo box replenishing that. So you can respawn, no worries here with that one, and also you end up getting your field upgrade back as well whenever you do spawn in. Another thing that's cool is that you spawn with 100% armor. You're not missing one piece like you normally do in BR or Plunder, so that's a definitely nice addition as well. But as for the event itself, the first bit of the event tasks you with preparing the ambush, so planting TNT on the tunnel near hospital to slow down the train, and you've got about a minute or so from when you enter Verdansk airspace, so when you drop in, anywhere from like 45 seconds on that drop path. That part is honestly incredibly simple, and once you do that, it'll actually cue after that countdown timer of about 45 seconds again, a cinematic that shows that death machine train rolling. Honestly, pretty menacing looking, but the train will then approach the ambush location. After this, then you're tasked with, well, destroying the train, which does take a little bit of time. At first, I thought it was actually going to go incredibly fast because it came in at light speed, but it does slow down, making it a little bit easier to keep up with it. But you also notice there's an incredibly comical number of vehicles around there, so you can keep up with the train, and it seems like there's almost one for everybody. But there's a mechanic also you may notice here when taking out some of these things called overdrive. This, based off of my run-through, seems to be in conjunction with turret and train car destructions, but I'm not 100% sure on that one just yet, but it's basically lightweight and marathon pro. You can tack sprint forever and at a faster movement speed, which is pretty cool while it will last, and towards the end you actually get that unlimited, so you can just straight up run to your heart's content. But the goal is to, of course, destroy those turrets first, cars second, and then finally you'll destroy that main locomotive car. There's a lot of health that each one of these turrets and cars have, so it does take a little bit of time, of course, and it does require all 32 players to really make it go by in a breeze, but that's where you end up coming down to earning your rewards. There's multiple tiers of incentives for participation in this event. In the bottom left of your HUD underneath your team listing, you can see the marking for total squad damage, rewards that seem to be granted based on damage dealt. So the more participation you end up having in taking down that train, the more you'll end up earning. So sure, technically you could be off exploring Promenade and the most southwestern tips of the map, but you won't be earning anything for this event. So you can still see that ending reveal trailer, you just won't get the things you earn along the way. So when it comes down to the unlocks though, damage values and what you can end up earning here at this, at 30,000 damage you unlock the Republic Impaler melee blueprints, at 45,000 damage you end up earning the dogfight sticker, 60,000 damage the timetable watch, the 75,000 damage mark the clashing sides emblem, 100,000 damage, the Siberian Strider Dirt Bike skin, and at finally 135,000 damage, or for just simply completing the event, it's kind of consolation here, it seems like, the Dark Forest RPD blueprint. Now, this is again squad based, so it is something that it is preferred to jump in either via trios or quads. You can jump in solos, but again, probably not the best idea here for this. But once you end up destroying that locomotive, you do that damage dealt, you get a brief moment to celebrate your accomplishment, but then that train destroyed message comes on, and that's where part 2 begins. Because you'll have this sort of limbo period where like, all right, what's next? We haven't been bumped out to the main menu just yet, but then you'll hear air raid sirens going off, and then another cutscene of an absurd amount of bombers coming into Verdansk. From there, you're tasked with, just like last year, running to an exfil location, but it's not nearly as far as last year. You don't have to go from the ends of the map to stadium. You'll end up running through some explosions and get stunned or shell-shocked a bit, but then you end up tasking with finally starting an exfil beacon, kind of like a recon contract. Here you'll end up earning the final bit of rewards once you end up activating it or standing in that proximity for it, the Little Shark weapon charm in the shape of a bomb being dropped. But when you actually do this contract, recon, exfil, to my knowledge, you can't actually complete it. Instead, you're always met with the bomb that goes off next to you, and you're knocked on your back looking skyward. From there, you end up getting your fade to black, and then the trailer will kick on, and that's the reveal for Call of Duty Vanguard. The trailer detailing some things we've already talked about here on the channel in regards to the early access video we put up a couple of hours ago, talking about the campaign, the fronts that you're fighting on, some of the characters, and it honestly looks like a cinematic piece of beauty. I love the campaigns as of recently within Call of Duty, as I always have, but with the sort of rendering tech they use, it looks phenomenal. Looks like a piece of cinema almost. But towards the end, we end up learning a little bit more that we did not know about beforehand in this pre-briefing that we ended up sourcing all that info from. We end up seeing that we, of course, have the early access beta, that being available via pre-order and likely going to be available via open access at one point as well. We also see that if you pre-order digitally, you can end up getting a Mastercraft for the PPSH, that being the Night Raid Mastercraft, which honestly looks pretty cool if you ask me. But that was the reveal here and the event, what came along with it, the rewards you can end up getting, and all things like that. So that's where we're gonna wrap it up. Just wanted to fill you guys in briefly for those that may have missed it, so you know what to do, what to expect going in, and how to obtain every single reward along the way. So that said, let me know your thoughts down below. Did you guys like this event so far? Do you guys like what you've seen out of Vanguard's reveal? Whatever the case may be, feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Warzone, Vanguard, anything COD related. We have so much stuff we're still going to talk about here over the coming days. So if you're interested in any of that, hit that subscribe button. If you also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get outside of YouTube. Practically on both those. So be able to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever the case may be. That link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.